Welcome to your English Listening Practice Podcast. This is the place to learn and improve your English naturally, in a relaxed and comfortable way.
I have a story to share. I was at a big event once, a party with many people, and something a little embarrassing happened to me.
What happened?
Well, I was standing near a small group of people. They were having a conversation about a topic I find incredibly interesting, something I actually know a lot about. I had so many thoughts and ideas I was excited to share with them.
That sounds like a perfect chance to join in, so did you? Did you share your thoughts?
That's just it. I really, really wanted to, but I just didn't know how to enter the conversation. My mind was racing. What if I interrupt them at the wrong moment? What if I say something and it sounds silly? What if they don't want to talk to me? So I just stayed quiet and listened. Later, I felt really disappointed in myself for not saying anything at all.
Oh, Emily, I completely understand that feeling. I think almost everyone has been in that situation at least once. You have so much to contribute to the discussion, but that nervous little voice in your head stops you, and you just feel stuck on the outside looking in.
Exactly. It's that moment where you wish you could just magically become more confident, step into the circle, and share your ideas. But something always holds you back.
Well, that something is exactly what we're going to talk about today. We're going to break down how to talk to anyone with confidence. We'll share simple, practical, and easy to remember ways to feel more comfortable joining conversations, speaking your mind, and truly connecting with people. I'm Liam, by the way.
And I'm Emily. You're listening to English in Comfort. This is your space to relax, maybe lie down, or even listen while you're falling asleep. There's no pressure here, no stress, just real, natural conversations to help you learn. So, if you want to learn how to talk to anyone confidently and easily, get comfortable, grab a cup of tea, and let's get started. So, Liam, let's start with the basics. Why do you think it is so hard for people to just start talking sometimes?
That's a great question. I believe it often comes down to one main thing: feeling nervous. When we feel nervous, our mind starts to overthink everything. We begin to imagine all the possible things that could go wrong. We worry too much about what the other people might think of us.
Yes, that worry about other people's opinions is so powerful, isn't it? It can feel like a heavy weight.
It really can. You start thinking, well, will I say something wrong? Will they think my opinion is strange? Am I going to be judged for my words or my accent? And when all those negative thoughts fill your head, it makes you stop. Even if you have a lot of wonderful things to say and you genuinely want to join, that fearful feeling just freezes you.
That is exactly what happened to me at that gathering. I had so many interesting points to make, but the fear of interrupting awkwardly or saying something that sounded stupid just kept me completely quiet. It felt like an invisible wall was built in my mind.
It's a very, very common experience. The problem is that we focus so much on imagining the bad outcomes that we completely forget about all the good things that could happen. We stop ourselves before we even try. Like, it can really hold us back in life, even when we have a lot to offer.
So, how can we avoid that struggle? How can we begin to feel more confident in these situations?
Well, it's all about preparing your mindset first and then practicing. Confidence isn't really something you are just born with. It's a skill you build, like learning to play a musical instrument or ride a bike.
That's so true. It starts even before you say a single word. It begins the moment you decide to join a conversation or even just walk into a room.
Yes, exactly. Think about your body language, for example. This is a simple but powerful trick. You can enter a room and join a group with a great posture. How? Stand tall, keep your shoulders back and your head up. It instantly makes you feel a little stronger and more positive, and it also makes you look more confident to other people.
And a very simple but important tip, don't forget to smile. A genuine, friendly smile is like a universal welcome sign. It tells people you are open and friendly and that you are happy to be there. And when you finally speak, try to use a nice, welcoming voice. Not too loud that you shout, and not too quiet that people can't hear you, but clear and friendly.
The interesting thing is that these physical actions actually send positive signals back to your own brain, tricking it into feeling more confident. But the biggest battle is often inside our minds. That's where we need to work hard to change those negative thoughts into positive ones.
How can we do that?
Instead of letting your brain say, "What if I say something wrong?" You need to stop that thought. You need to shift it immediately. For example, instead of thinking, "What if they laugh at me?" You can tell yourself, "Well, at least I made someone smile today."
I like that. It turns a fear into a positive.
Right. Or if you think, "What if I make a mistake?" Tell yourself, "It's okay, like it's just a learning moment. Everyone makes mistakes." Or instead of thinking, "What if I interrupt awkwardly?" Say to yourself, "I'm just going to try to join the flow of the conversation in a polite way. The worst that can happen is I pause and then I try again."
He's all about remembering that in most normal, everyday conversations, it's not a life or death situation. It's not that serious. People are usually focused on enjoying the moment and the conversation, not on judging your every single word. In fact, they are much more likely to be happy that you are joining in. It's all about remembering that in most normal, everyday conversations, it's not a life or death situation. It's not that serious. People are usually focused on enjoying the moment and the conversation, not on judging your every single word. In fact, they are much more likely to be happy that you are joining in.
Right? Logically, it's not that serious.
But for many, the challenge is how to start. We struggle with small talk, those light conversations that help us connect.
Exactly. So here are some easy ways to start. First, make an observation about your surroundings. Like, this food is great. It's a safe shared topic.
Next, ask open ended questions that need more than a yes or no answer. For example, what brings you here today?
Offering help or a sincere compliment are also great ways to begin, like, "Can I help with that?" or "I love your bag."
But how do we keep the conversation going? Use follow up questions. Listen to their answer and ask something related, like, "Oh, you traveled? What was the best part?" This shows you're listening.
Also, share a little about yourself related to their topic, but keep it brief. And remember to use small words like "really" or "wow" to show interest.
Now, what mistakes should we avoid? First, don't over explain or apologize too much. It makes you seem less confident. Just say what you mean clearly.
Also, don't just talk about yourself. A conversation is like throwing a ball back and forth. You have to listen too. And remember to make natural eye contact. It shows you're engaged.
Finally, ending a conversation politely is key. You can mention you need to go say, "It was great talking to you," or suggest catching up later.
But the most important tip, truly listen. Be present. When you focus on the other person, you'll feel more confident and the conversation will flow naturally.
All of this gets easier with practice. Try these tips in your next chat.
That's all for our episode on confident conversations. We hope it helps you.
Thank you for being part of your journey. Keep practicing, be kind to yourself, and take care, everyone.
If you enjoyed this, please help us out by subscribing to our podcast for more episodes. A like or a share really supports us too. Thank you for being part of your journey. Keep practicing, be kind to yourself, and take care, everyone.